Hey guys, so today we're gonna go over an app called Autodesk Sketchbook. We're just gonna look at a few things that we can do using layers that are gonna help you to create visual interest and make life easier as you're working through digital drawing. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna open Autodesk Sketchbook, and then we are going to import a photo using this little icon right here. So these are just coming from your camera roll on your iPad. I'll show in another part a little bit later how you can download an image from the internet, but we'll just start with this. So I found this fish hook. The first letter of my name is J, so I'm gonna use the J on this fish hook to be the J in my name. So I'm just gonna use my fingers to pinch and pull and put it in the right spot. Don't stress too much about where you put it right now. You can always change the size later, and I'll show you how to do that. Really quick, I just want to talk about layers and how they work. So I want you to look right here at this bottom layer, and then there's this blank layer above it. Now, if I were to draw on the blank layer below the picture layer, you'd never be able to see it. Imagine that the layers are like panes of glass that sit one on top of the other. So if I want to draw on top of my image layer, but I want it to be in another layer so that I can move it, change it, erase it without affecting the image layer, then I want to draw on a new layer. That's this one. And so I'm going to take this blank layer and I'm going to put it on the top. So a couple things to pay attention for. We're going to use this pen brush because it allows us to do a thicker or thinner line based on how hard we're pressing down on the screen. And we're also going to use this predictive stroke tool up here because that's going to correct our lines for us as we go and just kind of give them a better quality. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline the subject that's in front of me. So anywhere like the edge of the string, the edge of the worm, I'm just going to do some outlining here. This is a good time to pause and check really quick and make sure you're on the right layer. So right now you can see that I've gotten rid of the image layer so I can see what it is that I traced. Now I'm going to insert my second letter, which is an O. And so I'm going to get it roughly where I want it to be. All right, here I'm changing the opacity so that I can see through to what's behind. So I get that O right in the right spot. Now it's time to start tracing. Okay, so now we're going to import the next one. This is going to be my R. So I am using a deer antler for the R. So I'm going to try to get it roughly in the right spot. And now we're going to follow that same process. I'm going to make sure that I am on the right layer. Now it's time to start drawing. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the D. I'm using a combination of a baseball and a bat. So I'm just going to get this set up really quick so that it looks a little bit more like a D. Now you'll notice right here I'm changing the opacity, and that's just so I can kind of see through to what's behind there. Okay, so right here I'm making sure I'm on the right layer. And I'm selecting my eraser, and then I'm going to use the sliders right here to change the size of my eraser. And I'm just going to erase anything that goes in front of that bat. Shuffle my layers, put them in the right spot. And here we go. We are drawing again. So I just wanted to show you how to get an image and download it from the internet. So I'm going to search for a mountain because that's what I want to use for my A. So I'm going to find the right mountain here, and I'm going to long press on the image, and it's going to give me the option to download the image. So it downloads to my photo roll. I take the image and I'm just going to drag it and pinch to make it smaller and just put it in the right spot there. And now I can continue my process to start tracing. Okay, now we are going to put in the skis. I'm going to do 2 water skis and one water ski and 2 snow skis. And I'm going to kind of make an adjustment to my snow skis here, which is just going to show you how you can manipulate images in this program, which to me is one of the reasons why I really like the program, because there is some use there. So I'm using the selector box, and I'm just trying to get just the right ski. And once I have just the right ski, I'm going to go to the move tool, and I'm going to just put it at an angle here. So I'm just going to make it look like these skis are sort of crossing. Okay, now I'm going to import my water skis, and I'm going to get rid of one of them because I really only need one of these guys to complete the rest of my N. I'm just going to erase that. I can finish the rest later. That's no big deal. So I'm going to adjust the size, move it over here, change the opacity, and now we're ready to go. Let's get it in place, and now we'll start drawing. Okay, so now I've got my entire name traced out here. Loving the way that it looks. I think it looks really interesting. I'll do another tutorial that explains how to add color in Autodesk Sketchbook. But for today, for now, this shows you how you can use layers and tracing tools to create a dynamic and engaging image that we can then go back and add some color to later to add some interest.